Okay, I'll try to keep this clear and concise. So essentially, distributor cap is off. We have it pointing in the correct direction towards the number one cylinder. That wire leads back there. And I do have it at top dead center. I'm going to try to just zoom in on the notch that is factory. That is a factory notch that I painted. And then paint on the front. And one opposing. Come around.
Okay, so taking a look at the exhaust valve of the first cylinder here. Say that's a decent amount of movement. Just backed it off a touch. This is the well adjusted, in my opinion, intake valve. Exhaust. Definitely more movement from my eyes and from my feel here. I'm gonna try and stick this guy in there. Oh, it's visible right there. Boom. You see how it's kind of flexing inwards. This ring is further out than what I believe it's called the valve head. That guy right there. So I don't know if that's actually the case, but oh, fuck. Yeah. Nope. I don't know if that was a little lateral movement. No, I don't think so. Yeah, so essentially, I don't know if I go on err on the side of what I think is caution and go with a bit looser than tighter, but I've heard some information about not wanting these screws backed out too far. I have replaced all 8, so they are all brand new or relatively new. Less than, oh well, I guess about 3,000 kilometers on them now, but otherwise they are new. And yeah. So. Just won't. Jammed it. I can jam it in there, and that's about it.
Okay, now I'm going to move on to the fourth cylinder valves. I have moved the, put the line on the other side. This is the opposite line that I have marked, although this paint line isn't so good. That scratched right sided is the more accurate one. So I use that. And then we just come on down here. We'll see.
So something peculiar about this is that there's a lot of, it's very porous. This is all, feels almost as if it was rusting at some point. Specifically the exhaust of the fourth cylinder here, I don't know why. But yeah, otherwise let's do a movement check here really quick. Oop, I believe these to be well adjusted without getting the feeler gauge out. I haven't actually checked yet, but I believe this one also has to get done without actually using the feeler gauge because of the same issue that I have on the opposite side, and well, maybe not. Actually, as we can see, this doesn't fight at all. It just slows in quite nicely. Ooh, there we are. Yeah, and I mean, a wiggle there, but maybe tightened up a touch. Oh, that feels just passing through without any trouble. It feels super loose. Oh yeah, tighten that one up. Alright, I can just pretty much drop. Yep. Just playing that guy there, but tighten that up, no problem. Okay, so now we're looking at the exhaust valve of the fourth cylinder. The third cylinder. And as we can see, the exhaust valve is actually quite nice. No play when it's in there, but it just slides in nice. And just a little bit of friction when I'm on nice and perpendicular or parallel, I guess. I don't really know. And if we move back one over to our intake, we will do the same thing to slightly less success. Just that this is loose. You see that there is still some touch play there with that in there. So in theory, this one needs to be tightened up a bit. But that's the movement. Now, trying to peer over or under. Here we go. Right. I'd say it's pretty clear that there's more movement on the exhaust, despite it being a tighter squeeze there. But I'm actually quite comfortable with where they both are right now. So I'm going to leave those ones alone. Alright, we are on the second cylinder now. The exhaust is pretty good, I think. It's a little on the loose side maybe, but it's okay. The intake is definitely on the loose side. I think I'm going to give it a touch of a tighten. Yeah. But both can be checked with ease. It appears no trouble there. Okay, so I'm back on top dead center for my first cylinder. Back to the problem child of this here exhaust valve. And see if I can't try to show it again, how it just doesn't want to slide in between there easily, no matter what I seem to do. Obviously it could be argued the gap might not be big enough, but I can loosen this off, make a massive gap, and I'm still going to have that issue when it comes to checking. Yeah. I can shove it in there though. Again, this intake here is what I think is on the money. No play. Just a light drag. This is the movement I have on this. Not much. This guy again, exhaust. Certainly more. So, any thoughts, input, advice, whatever, all appreciated. Thanks in advance.